Welcome to Echoes of Enlightenment, where we talk about spirituality, life lessons, and overall self-development. Today's episode, we'll be talking about living life as a leap of faith. Some would ask, what do you mean by living your life as a leap of faith? After you have your spiritual awakening, the majority of that whole transformation and that whole journey, it's a leap of faith based journey. It starts from the beginning. As soon as you have your spiritual awakening, a lot of the things you instantly begin not to resonate with will begin to fall away. And all this is happening while you're going through your awakening, and you don't even realize what's happening on the awakening side. And then you don't understand why you're having certain urges to leave some people, places, and things that no longer resonate with you. And some of the places are like your job. And even if it's a job that you like, you will still have that urge just because it's all about the vibration. You don't vibrate with that anymore. You're being led to do something different that's going to guide you to your purpose of why you're here. So there's going to be a lot of different situations where you're going to have to just take that leap. And it's going to be tough to do in the beginning. It's going to be a few different leaps of faith. You won't have to just do a ton of them back to back to back. That's what will happen a little later. But God only give you what you can handle. Because, all right, think about when you want to switch jobs, or if you're about to take on a whole new role or whatever you're about to do, but you're about to be taken out of your comfort zone. Think about how nervous you are to make that step, and you actually know where you're going. You've decided to make that leap, but you know where you're going to land because you know that you're already nervous doing that. Now think about taking leaps of faith into the unknown, where the future is not decided, but there's something that's going to catch you when you do take that leap. Those are the type of leaps of faith that you'll have to take after your spiritual awakening, and through the journey of it, through the transformation of the new person you're becoming, you will become. And in the beginning, the leaps of faith, they're going to be hard because one leap of faith is tough enough as it is. Just to, all right, well, I like my job. Everything is working out here. I'm happy here. And that's what your mind is telling you. Your conscious mind is like looking around and seeing that everything's okay. But it's your spirit that knows that there's something else that you need to be doing. It knows you need to be in a whole different place. You feel guided. You feel pulled. It's like your intuition is telling you that it's time to go. So that's where the conflict begins in that situation. That's why it's kind of hard to step off that ledge, because your conscious mind is telling you that there's no reason to step off this ledge. But your subconscious and your spirit is telling you that it's time and you need to step off this ledge. And it's the right thing to do. It feels like the right thing. You're like, it's time for me to go. You don't even know where you're going. So you're having to detach from a place where there's nothing wrong. And it's your comfort zone, and it could be stable. I mean, it could also, this could be a good place you work or a bad place you work. Sometimes this awakening is to pull you out of a bad situation that you might not even realize that you're in. For a job that you do like, it's just pulling you out of there so you can head towards your purpose. And all this is confusing because you don't even realize that you had a purpose. You didn't even know you had a purpose. So eventually you'll take that first leap of faith. And chances are when you have an awakening, you will end up doing a whole different type of job than you've done before. And most of the time, it'll be like a job where you're kind of helping people some type of way. It could be anything. But it's usually kind of serving other people, helping other people. But you don't know any of this while it's happening because it's just so much going on. Just everything is changing in your life. And as you raise with this vibration, you're going to begin having to take different leaps. Like the first one, your job probably. And then you'll be like, well, I kind of don't resonate in this place, you might end up moving. And now you're taking another leap of faith, going to a whole nother spot. It could be to a different state, maybe a different country. As you take that leap of faith, now you're also taking a leap of faith of leaving the people behind, some of the people behind, because you don't resonate. But at the same time, you're bettering yourself, not going to some of the low vibrational places that you used to go to. You're not hanging out with the low vibrational people that you were surrounded with. You begin to move different. You begin to turn into a higher vibrational person. You begin to do a bunch of things that you never would have done from the lower vibration version of yourself. You begin to prioritize yourself more than you ever have in your life. You've always kind of been there for everybody, but leaving out yourself. It'd be like 60-40, 60 being there for everybody and 40 yourself. But now it turns around for a while, because you'll go into an isolation phase. And this is where you begin to learn who you are. Then further and further you get into this journey, into this transformation, you're going to be making leaps of faith constantly. And it won't feel as hard as when you first make the first few leaps of faith, like stepping out on faith. Because in the beginning, when you're making these leaps of faith, you're like, all right, I'm feeling pulled from this job. I feel like I don't resonate with this job anymore. You could leave that job and not even have a job lined up. But you would be so guided to do that, not knowing what's going to happen next. But soon as you make that leap of faith to follow your intuition and follow the universe guiding you to do something different, you take that leap of faith, you will feel a sense of peace. You will still feel at peace because you're finally satisfying your spirit. Your spirit is guiding you the right way. And you might not even know it's the right way until you get further enough away from the job or the situation to where you can look back and be like, oh, I can't believe I was in that this whole time. But when you do detach from the job, put in your 2 weeks, you'll take that step out. The universe will catch you. The leap of faith that you take, you're taking a step, like not literally off of a mountain, but it's kind of like that. You're just taking a step off that edge. And when you look down, you don't see anything that's going to catch you. But as soon as you take that step, it's like a step appears. You take that step into the unknown, and right when you take that first step, like, here I go, a step appears. And you'll look around like, oh, I just got caught. You will find there'll be another job, but the job that you will get will be guiding you towards your purpose. It'll be guiding you towards your purpose, like where you need to go. You don't just go straight to your purpose. One, you still don't even know you have a purpose at this point. You're just following your intuition, and you feel like you're being guided to do something. After you make that first step, you're gonna start doing the shadow work. There's something that's gonna wake you up to start looking at yourself. You're gonna start looking at yourself. You're gonna start reflecting on like your life, and then you're gonna go in and start doing that hard work on yourself, that shadow work. And each time you take some of these bricks out of the backpack that you've been carrying of just trauma, your vibration rises. You're going through a transformation. It's like from a caterpillar to a butterfly. So that transformation is not an easy transformation, because you're turning in from one thing to something else that's way better. And whatever you're turning into is better because you can feel it in your spirit. But what you see through your eyes is some things falling away. So it feels good, feels like you're doing the right thing, but you also see yourself losing a lot of things that's been in your life for a long time. So that's kind of conflicting too. But you're like, well, I guess I'm going to keep going down this transformation road. And as you keep going, different things are falling off, and you're like, I don't know where to go, but I'll just go with where I'm feeling guided. You start tapping into, through the healing work, you start making room, you start clearing out all that old baggage that you were carrying. And as you clear that baggage that you were carrying through the healing process, through working through some of these traumas, you can start getting closer to your intuition. You can actually hear that because there's not so much clutter going on. So you begin to be guided that way. Once you start taking all these leaps of faith, you'll always be placed in the right place at the right time. And then over time, you're going to catch yourself moving like that. and you won't even know why you're doing this stuff, but everything is falling in place. Because before, you were using your conscious mind to make all the decisions. So when your subconscious or your intuition would say something, you would question that with your conscious mind. And now you're having a conflicting battle. And now you don't know which one is right. And then sometimes you would call somebody to help you make that decision. And chances are their decision was, probably more wrong than your conscious mind and your intuition. So now you'll end up going down a wrong way. And it doesn't have to be a wrong way for a long time, but you didn't trust yourself. You didn't trust your intuition telling you to do something over your conscious mind. And once you start going with your intuition, it's not the things that you necessarily would pick, but there are the best choices for you. It's like for your higher good. It's like you elevate a lot faster. It's like the universe and God knows what's best for you better than you know. But if you can override what you would normally pick and just go with your intuition, you're always taking the right step. And it'll be strange for a little bit. It'll feel strange because you don't know why you're doing this stuff. But it's just working out. It's like the universe knows shortcuts. It's trying to get you. Long as you follow it, it'll continue to take you and it'll continue to catch you when you're taking these leaps of faith. And then you'll get to a point to where you're like, because long as you follow the guidance of the universe, it's always going to have your back. Because the universe needs you to do something and it keeps helping you by you obeying it and following it blindly. So by you following the universe and your intuition, all of this stuff is the invisible stuff that you're following. And by you following that, it rewards you with the success. And you won't know what the success is. A lot of the times you think, oh, by me doing this, oh, okay, I went this way. Even that you went with your intuition, you think that you know what the reason is. And the universe will always surprise you because it's infinite. The universe is infinite. So there's infinite possibilities and ways. With us, we don't have a bunch of different ways. We can only calculate so much as humans. But the universe has infinite ways of calculation. Like sometimes well, not even sometimes, all the time. It surprises me. I'm like, I'll try to outsmart the universe. I'm like, I know what this is. I know why I'm probably in this area or why I was kind of told or guided to stop here. It's always something I would have never guessed and way better than I would have chose for myself. Well, I'm in this right here. Until next time.